With all of the conversation as of late about Yukes no longer working on WWE games after 20 some odd years of being at the helm of that franchise, I found it a weird coincidence that I got an email saying, hey, would you cover Earth Defense Force Iron Rain on the PC, made by Yukes, out this week? Full disclosure, they sent me a copy, and I can kind of understand why, as I've covered a lot of Yukes games, and I've covered pretty much most of the EDF games on this channel, so why not combine the two and check out Iron Rain, which launched on PS4 back in April, but launched on PC this week. So, I had not played the PS4 version because it launched here in North America digital only, and I'm broke. But if you're going to send me a copy, then obviously I'm going to take a look because I love Earth Defense Force. Now, I expected to hate this game, only because the last EDF spin-off, which was Insect Armageddon, I really did not like because you could not destroy the buildings. This game has co-op, this game has PvP, and you also have two-player split screen here on the PC. Good stuff. We're going to hop into a little bit earlier at this outdoor mission. I currently have a B here on normal. And Earth Defense Force 2. One of the first games I ever imported from Japan on the PS2, because it never got a release here in America, although it did get a release in Europe. Yeah, look, I love this kind of mindless action, shooting giant bugs and robots, and Sandlot is one of my all-time favorite developers. So what can somebody else, like, say, a Yukes, do with this kind of game that is different? Number one, some of these guns have active reload, and that's like a Gears of War thing. Not what I would expect in this game. There is a dash, which is super useful here. You have overdrive, which makes you way faster. And, like, I don't hate this, which is, I thought I would totally hate this. And it's actually a lot closer to what I love from Sandlot, but a little bit different. So it's not totally that game. I think the arenas that you fight in here are a little bit too small. But the pace is different enough, the way it handles unlocks is different enough that I've been enjoying what I've played. Having an option to quick recover is crazy. Because usually when you ragdoll in EDF, you really ragdoll in EDF. Now, not every building here I've found actually gets destroyed. Some of these short ones totally don't. But generally, all the big ones do, and see right there. That, to me, is a core tenet of this franchise, is being able to knock down ridiculously sized buildings with a couple of rockets. But yeah, the difficulty here, even on normal, is a little bit more rough than I would expect playing an EDF game on normal. And that's been a refreshing change of pace. Because usually, having been been into this franchise for so long, I'm just so used to, alright, I'm going to play on hard, I'm going to play on, Inferno, and whatever else. But even here on normal, if you don't have your distance, if you aren't keeping pace with this, and the thing I don't like is that all of these enemies will pretty much focus on you. You have AI guys kind of in the background, but these enemies are pretty much saying, hey, that guy is the strong guy, that guy needs to die, and that can make things more difficult than they should be here. I'm probably going to die in this mission, but it's, whatever. I'm talking, that makes things harder. But yes, the battle areas are not as big as I would like. They need to be bigger, and EDF usually is just kind of big and ridiculous. And it's not, like, game-breaking, but it definitely does get a little bit like, look, I need more space to run from all these giant aliens that want to do me harm. I need that space. I'm gonna die here, like, it's gonna happen. But there are health drops if you can get them to them. And let's hit overdrive here and just run. Just boost. Just boost and hope that there's some green over here. So you got different ones. You got blue, yellow, red, and green. And it's the green. I need that green. It's the green that gets you the health back. And I didn't see any there, so that's kind of a problem from all these guys that want to do me damage. And it's not cool. So yeah, there are the usual ants, spiders, but there are a bunch of new ones here that I've been having fun fighting so far. Like, surprisingly enough, like, I didn't expect to really have any kind of, there's green, green, green. I'm overheated. Make it! Get there! Okay, I got some health back. Not enough, but perhaps enough. We'll find out here shortly. As I continue to rocket launch these guys into, hopefully, oblivion. And I have a squad here. And, you know, they do help a little bit. Not always enough. Not always enough, but, you know, somewhat. Somewhat. They're doing it for me. But yeah, having this dash move is, like, been a lifesaver. And I know there are classes that can dash in other EDF games, but here it just seems much more fluid than those games. And here come the spiders. So I'm already boned here because they're going to be spiders. And look, no green over here. No green. So just orange. And orange ain't going to do it for me. I tell you that much. It ain't going to get the job done for your boy. And some of this is a bit of a long reload, but hey, there it is. 0! Attack Slug has been defeated. There are 56 missions in this game. So it does give you that classic EDF feel of, oh god, there are like 1,000 enemies, I'm being totally overwhelmed. Like, that is present, and I love that. But things here do work a little bit different. Up at the top, you see currencies, you see money, you see yellow, red, and blue as the different gems you collect when you beat enemies or during the stages, and those gems are being spent to unlock more weapons. But you aren't picking those up, those get unlocked as you play through the stages. So it's kind of a weird balance that I'm not used to that in an EDF game. So, rifles, shotguns, snipers, rocket launchers, missile launchers, laser, grenade, a sword, which is nuts, minigun, special, of which you can see that is DLC, and I'll get into that here in a second. But one feature here I do think that is really cool, and I think the main EDF series could learn from, is that instead of picking your loadout and loading up a stage and dying because it's not going to be effective, you can pick your loadout, right, and then go, I want to practice. And that's awesome. Because EDF always has a bunch of different things to mess with, right? So knowing what everything does, what the range is, how long is the reload, that kind of stuff is super useful. And being, alright, I'm just going to sit here and practice on these ants. It even gives you a distance here, right? From where you're standing. Say, alright, well, how far is that? How far does this thing go? And you can get a good feel of how far it goes and what damage it does and that kind of thing. And that's awesome, right? But yeah, having an active reload for EDF is crazy. Now, instead of picking up armor over the course of the stage and grinding out armor that way, instead, you're going to use the currency that you get to increase your hit point capacity here, and that will get way more expensive the higher you go, the more you grind out levels. You can see here at the very top here, level 21 is 3.2 million credits. I have 24,000 right now. It would take you a while to get 10,000 hit points, but if you want it, it's there for you. There is a bunch of different customization as well for this gear and for your character. But let's hop into where I stopped playing, which is mission 12 out of like 56. Which, if you are an EDF fan, I know it seems low. Like EDF 1 had 50 missions, right? So these days EDF 5 has like a whole lot more than that, and those are actually very long missions. But here we are, boss fight! Oops, hold on, I chose the wrong thing here. I don't want a sword for this thing. I can't, no. I screwed that up. Missile launcher, much better option for this giant spider thing and these rocket ships and whatever else. Just shoot some missiles, make it happen, right? I'm on a building here, I'm pretty sure. Yep. Oh no, I'm falling off the building. Oh no. What a waste. And yes, these will go down here. These buildings will totally get destroyed. I'm defending the control center, so that's going to be interesting. There are giant robots, as you might expect in an EDF game, to fight against. And yeah, it's just more of that, and it's not quite, obviously, at the level of a Sandlot, but again, I expected way worse, and it is surprising me in ways I did not anticipate. So, good on Yukes, man. Good on Yukes. I'm waiting on their next thing that's hopefully wrestling. I would imagine it's going to be wrestling. Because the game that they made before this game that was not wrestling was Pacific Rim. And people hated that game. So this hopefully is, you know, a step in the right direction for what they're doing in future video games. We'll see, though. We'll see. But defending is, yeah, that's going to be rough. It's going to be rough. Active reload and shoot these spaceships in the dark. You know, hard to see here on this show when things are dark, but that is what it is, I suppose. Oh, I'm already, like, losing, like, wow. Wow. Look at how bad it's already going. Look at how terrible. So, yeah. Again, harder than I expected it to be honest. It really is. But I encourage that. Like, give me more difficult EDF games, not just, hey, put it on a higher difficulty. Like, this game being this hard on normal is kind of refreshing. But also, I'm getting my butt kicked. So, there is that. There is definitely that. So yeah, I will definitely at some point make Grim play this on Pixels once I unlock enough health and we have the time this fall, so I guess look forward to that. It's going to happen, but definitely not this week because obviously 2K20 is a happening. So, you know, scheduling, always a problem here on this show, definitely. But I have to protect this. Oh, God. Must protect. Don't neglect. I have other things to use here for my things here. I got the rebooter. I've got the grenade throw. You know, stuff. Stuff, man. Grenades. Good to have. There you go. Grenaded him. Grenaded him. But yeah, these are the kind of this is the major threat here, are these guys. And they are a problem. Definitely. So, I'm still alive somehow, some way. Not sure how. And so the thing with the grenades is that costs me money to use those. But if they're going to be that useful, I'll spend the money. That's for show. Now then, where was I? Rocket launchers! Take care of these bumps that are in the sky, harassing me. Not cool. Leave my command center, control center alone, if you will. Like, I have to beat this giant spider thing. It has to happen. Yeah, alright. I see what we're at here. Just more of this, and we're gonna fail here. Or perhaps not fail, or it's, oh man, the losses were acceptable type. I don't know, man. We'll see. We shall see here very, very shortly as these things are approaching very, very quickly.
What are your orders?
Oh no! Mission failed. That's 2 fails in the same video. But this is Earth Defense Force Iron Rain on the PC out this week. I will say one weird thing here at the end. Is that here is the DLC list. And most of that for EDF is fine. Weapons, skins, whatever. But they're selling the currency from the game. And I don't think the game's been rebalanced for that. So I'm not sure why you would buy it, outside of it being a shortcut. But it's weird, because that was not an option on the PS4 version, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, that is what it is. They sent me a code, so here I am playing it. I'm attackslug. Thanks for watching. More videos on this channel. I'll see you next time. And I'm out.